Well, we are live. We're back on VP4TV. We've had a couple of technical issues. I'll explain them in a little bit of time. We are here tonight. This is a match that, the plan was tonight for this virtual Snooker World Championship. Good evening to Brainful Out. The plan tonight was there's a match on later on between Mr. Sharky and Semi-Pro. I don't know if there's any other matches been added, but this one was added and it started 5 minutes ago, and I was all set to do a live stream on it. This one lost side match between Coldest Pillow from Wales and Tommyy from Germany, a race to 4 on the one lost side. And I was intending to use my XSplit broadcaster, which was all up and running and working fine, until I downloaded another update today. And I use an old 14-inch second monitor. Good evening to Mark. I use an old 14-inch second monitor to put a drag XSplit across on it so I can watch the stream and can watch that all the functions are working when I press the shortcut buttons. And this update they did today, when I drag it across to the second monitor, it doesn't adjust to the size of the monitor anymore. And so I've had to bin XSplit at the moment. I've contacted support, but they're not working over the weekend, or they'll get back to me. I know they will. They've always done that. To see if there's any solution. It might be that I have to get another a newer monitor, because this thing's donkey's years old. This is the one that Simon gave me. But I've got a bigger problem. The PC today, when I switched it on, it came up that it couldn't boot up properly, and it started doing a Windows repair, and then it booted up and it was fine. And after I had done the XSplit update there, I thought I'll reboot the PC and see if that makes any difference to, the problem about resizing to the second monitor when I dragged it across. And when I restarted the PC, I had the same error again. So there is something not right with the PC. I don't know what it is, but I eventually got it rebooted there, and it's working at the moment. I presume you're intending to do that match with Mr. Sharky and Semi-Pro later on, Slim, because I wasn't planning to do this one, but because it started earlier, I thought we'll do it. Yeah, that match with Luca Vassell, that's a record at the Crucible. Nobody's ever come back from that deficit. 14 frames to 5 down in a race to 17, and he won 11 frames in a row before C.J. Wei eventually got one. Well, this match tonight is going to be a total contrast to that, because they are grinding it out, Mark Selby and Mark Allen, and there's 1 frame in it. Selby's got a 1 frame lead, and it's anybody's to win, but it could go on well past my bedtime, I think, the way the speed they're going at. But anyway, we're in the first frame, and well, Coldest Pillows missed that black. Tommy's got a 11-point lead, so there's basically nothing in it. And although there's a black there for the taking, it's maybe not quite as handy. If he was better than that blue, he could have rolled the blue in and rolled to the rail for that red, so he's got to try and drop behind it. That's not a bad effort. Not bad at all. So my PC may well be playing up. Welcome to Spud Boy. And so the bank pool tournament is underway. I think there's a match there, or at least there was a match started there with Casino Jim, and I don't know who he was playing. My plan was to actually go in and watch a bit of that before this started, but then I had these problems that delayed me, so I've had to forget that idea, and that's not found a line. Well, clearly, obviously one of these players is going to survive tonight, but they're far from being contenders to win this thing. Now, again, probably, well, certainly Tommyy, I know, because you never see him playing snooker. And I've got my phone ready because I'll be keeping an eye on that match, that final session of the Selby-Mark Allen match. It's going to start in about 20 minutes time, probably by the time they do all the introductions and the pre-match stuff. So Tommy's creeping his way back into this with this snooker that Coldest pillows. Sorry, is it Tommyy? I don't know what's happening. Well, this is not a difficult red down the rail in VP4 snooker. You can just tuck it down the rail. You get the line, it will go in. If you hit it too hard, it won't. Now, well, the black would have given 8 points, and he actually found a gap to get on that yellow there. Well, it would have given a total of 8 points. But there's still nothing in this. Anybody can win this first frame. And Coldest Pillow's got a great chance because it's handy having the pink where it is in the D, because it means you don't, well, he's the wrong angle. He's way off the line on this brown. But he should be playing the blue into the same pocket if he takes the line and doesn't hit this too hard. Because he wants to get the cue ball. And again, he didn't. Well, he hit it soft to go the other way, but I think he had really wanted to get round this side to take the blue. But he didn't get there, and he didn't get the brown. So as long as these 3 balls stay handy where they are, and the black ball been more or less over that top corner pocket, it's really whoever gets in and gets a decent hit on that brown, and it's going to be Tommyy, although now he's going to have to get travelling back up the table here for this blue. That when Windows come up with the blue screen and the options to do a restore and that sort of thing, it comes up with one of those, not the barcode scanner, the other thing, what do you call it? That one with the sort of squiggles on it that you use your phone to scan. It come up with one of them, so I was sitting ready with the phone to get it this time. Yeah, that QR code. So when the Windows screen came up with the options to do a restore and all of that stuff, and it tried to do a repair and it said it couldn't do it. When it came up with that QR code, I scanned it, and of course I thought, oh, this will be interesting. Sure enough, it takes you to the Windows web page, and all it goes on about is it could be a software or a hardware problem. I thought, well, there's stating the obvious to me. That was very helpful. Goodness me. What a waste of time that was. Well, that's certainly not the way to break them. Well, clearly there is some sort of issue. This just cropped up out the blue. Yep, absolutely useless. That's how I phrased it when I saw that after I scanned the barcode, the QR code. Absolutely pointless. Well, there's a few points up for grabs here. Good evening to repetition. So, Tommyy 1-0 up. And Coldest pillow smashing the reds open. Not the wisest move. Now, Tommy's going to land on that red. Ideally, he would have wanted to actually get rid of that red if he had been right behind it. And that way, that at least there's an option to go to safety down in vault. With the red still been there, it's not a place to go to if you have to. You can't go there now, because all you're doing is giving your opponent an easy safety, sending that red back up the table. Right, I'll get my my phone on. Get the iPlayer on, get it to BBC 2.
It's half as thrilling as the afternoon one. You're in for a real treat. It's your Saturday.
I presume the snooker's coming on. Yes, it is. Of course, the iPlayer's a few minutes behind. Good evening to Chimpy. Well, Tommyy didn't get much from those reds when open, and with Cold Pillow having opened them up, he's looking to now take the advantage after doing that. Well, he wanted to hit that a bit harder to get on the red that's to the right of the black, so he's going to have to go into the middle pocket if it goes past the pink, and just leave himself on the pink. You can't see a 14-inch monitor. How the hell do you watch snooker on your phone? I watch it perfectly okay. It's in HD on the phone. All I want to do is see what the scores are and everything. I'll get the volume turned down. I just want to see what's happening. I can see the 14-inch monitor fine. It's the fact that XSplit now doesn't reshape itself and resize itself to the screen. That's the problem. Good evening to Cobra. So the run goes to 41, and I'm not going to say anything. Well, that's not where you want to leave the cue ball. Now, I'd just be dropping this dead weight for that red that's on the right cushion. And that will do nice. That's perfect again. Just a little dink down the rail and the cue ball's coming off the rail. Now, and this is fine because you're going to land in that red there. need to go higher than that though. You know, you've got to stun that in. Because now the problem is he's going to have to go through the pink and quite firm to try and get out for a shot in a colour. Absolutely no guarantee he'll have any sort of shot. And that's what happens when you don't play a controlled shot. So the break ends on 57. There was a chance of the high run, but that is gone. What does that say? Lag is acceptable on here so far. Good evening to Travel and TT. So Tommy's got it all to do. And again, a reminder to those that have joined, the next match. Now I haven't looked at the schedule. In fact, hang on a minute. So I go to the lobby. //SB, and I'll bring up that tournament page. We can find it. That's the bank pool one. So this is the extra match that's on tonight. This wasn't on the schedule, but we've also got the one with Mr. Sharkey and Semi-Pro, and there's another match tonight which is Tony Sam and Little Wolf. Sorry, not tonight, tomorrow morning at 11 AM. Well, I won't be there for that. I'll be at work. But I would assume Tony Sam will be too strong in that, provided the match goes ahead, because there's never a guarantee that'll happen. There's no guarantee Tony will turn up either. And, well, Tommy's at the table, and there's still enough points there. Well, he needed to be a bit more aggressive with that black ball to get up onto the red, because this is not easy. That was well done. Now, the right shot here is to stun it in and come back this way for the red into the corner pocket. If you go forward, you're going to round and you're going to end up in the long grass, and that's well done. That is not a bad line at all. That's perfect. So Tommy's not that much of a numpty that he doesn't know what he's doing. And the yellow goes. Watch the cue ball. Watch the cue ball. Disaster. Well, there's his chance come and gone in the blink of an eye. And it's a free ball as well. Couldn't have ended up any worse. Right, what I'm going to do also now is click on that bank pool one just to bring it up. Because I believe there was a match being played. I don't know whether it's still being played or whether it's finished. It might have finished. It was Casino Jim. I don't know who he was playing. And I can't see... Oh, wait a minute. Who it was Houdini. And Houdini never showed up. Well, the bad news for Casino Jim is he plays Albinario next round, so he'll do well to come out of that unscathed. Right, back to the matters in hand here. Just the formalities being completed in this frame. Good evening to Semi-Pro. Oh, I thought, you know what I thought that said there, Mark? I thought it said he lost his wife. Now, what happened here? What did I miss there? Am I out of sync? Because I've got the score at 1-all here. Hang on a minute, I need to leave the room. I need to leave the room. Now, what happened in that frame? Why is it 1-all? Oh, Tommyy was leading. Oh, I'm definitely totally confused. Well, Rob Walker's doing the introductions right now, but I'm a couple of minutes behind. Well, what did you think of that match with Luca Bracel and Cjai Wei, Cobra? Never seen anything like it in my life in all the 40 years I've been watching the Crucible. Well, that was a good pot. Well, this will be a totally different game, this one. Playing to the death tonight. It could go on to the early hours of the morning, this. I don't think this will be played at any great pace. It's going to be a grind. It's going to be like a Cliff Thorburn, Terry Griffiths one on into the early hours of the morning. At the pace they're going at, there was like 3 frames of 45 minutes, and there was about 3 re-racks so far in the match. Yeah, he was getting nervous, the boy. I mean, it's understandable. Yeah, well, he was trying to play positive, which was the way he'd been playing all the way through the tournament. But I don't think anybody's ever won the last 7 frames to win a match, and then in the next match they've had to come back from 14 frames to 5 down. That's just never heard of at the World Championships. Oh dear. Well, you see, he's tried to pot the black there. My question is what was he playing for? Because the cue ball's nowhere as far as I can see. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he was trying to do, and I don't know whether there was anything on anyway, but strange. Well, this time Tommy's at it. Well, you get practicing your bank stub, because you've got a great chance of winning that until you meet Albinario. So the second final session is underway. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I got myself distracted there. That match with Mr. Sharkey from the UK and Semi-Pro from the UK, maybe / England, I don't know what flag he uses. That is at, what time is it, 8 o'clock? So it's in about 45 minutes time, that match, and One Pocket Slim is going to be streaming it on his Twitch channel, and if Steve's around he may well be joining the commentary booth. How about that for a stat stub? Cobra's sitting there Cobra's sitting there lording it with 7 VP4 titles. Stubbs get zilch. Stubbs get the big bagel. No, he didn't need to play it because you get forfeited because you were messing about. That's how he didn't need to play it. You were no longer in the tournament. Well, Selby's in on the yellow or the brown, I think. Oh, I started yawning already. Well, Tommyy has a little lead at the moment, and if he can land on one of those 2 reds behind the black there at a good angle, should be another few points. Now, ideally, you want to stun that one there, and then just drop up onto the black. But the problem is he's pretty much stuck to the cushion, so he's going to have to jack up, and that makes the shot even more difficult. Now, this is fine. All you're doing is rolling the black in. Cue ball is going to end up somewhere around here for that red. If you go too far, you could land in that red, but that needs to bounce. Let's have a look. Well, I think he'll catch that red. He might just brush it. No, he's okay. He's through clean. Now he could be. He could just roll through. He needs to go through far enough. It's going to be a bit of a cutback though if he does that. But he's stunned it up to leave the cut. That's a better shot. Just a little dink in and he'll still be in the black. Or if he goes high enough, he'll be on the pink. Whatever he chooses. If he's more comfortable hitting it a bit harder. Now, we know that middle red goes. We know that one goes at the back. This is quite good if it runs. Well, now he's got to do something similar here and run through the reds, but you don't need to blast it too hard. You just need to have enough weight to get through them. You might get lucky and get on the black or have a long blue here. Now, well, it's a bit of a dodgy. It's a Kyron Wilson black ball during his 147. The last 2 reds he had to pop black balls like this, and the break goes to 58 here. Now, if he cuts the pink in, he's going to be heading up table. He needs to watch that side pocket if he's digging in here. The only question is he going to have half a decent shot in a red? Get in. Oh, unlucky. Well, that's a good run from Tommyy. Nice little run of 58. I told them all that, Stubb. I gave them your excuses. Well, Coldest Pillars just followed straight in with the cue ball there. And he's sold this frame. Red cuts in. So, very quickly, Tommy's got himself into the lead. 2 frames to 1. Stubb's still going on about finishing a match. How long ago was that? What, 2.5 years ago now, Stubb? Well, this time Tommy's had a blast. But we should be underway with frame number 3 in a second or two. And Selby's still at the table, just in the very early stages. But, oh Jesus, I'm going to tell you, these corner pockets are pretty generous at the World Championships. That ball hit the cushion, and I've seen that in many a year before where it just doesn't go in. I mean, look at that. Still went in. And Tommy's in again here. Red's there to choose from. Well, I think Tommy's very quickly found his feet here. He's doing pretty well for somebody that doesn't play a lot of snooker at all. All through for the black. And that was well done. And that red was handy because it came back and just pushed the cue ball back into a slightly better line than the black. Now, he could stun up into these and probably still be on that red. I don't know whether he just wants to dink off this 8-ball, this black. Yeah. I think he's being sensible. He's taking what's there first before he does something crazy. Well, the angle he's got in the black now, it could do with a little cannon somewhere into that gap just where he's went. Just gone a bit too far though. A gentle cut in this red and he should be around the other side of the black. Don't need to put much weight into this shot at all. The cue ball should track nicely around the other side. Oh dear, he's overcut it. Well, now the question's been asked of Coldest pillow with the way these reds are sitting, because there's points here again, but only if he wants them. And again, he's having a blast there when it would have been simpler to try and pot the red and get on the black rather than trying to blast into the reds at the wrong time. Of course, the one thing you never do in snooker is that, which is a cardinal sin. You never go into the reds off a red with just the hope of trying to get on a colour. That's a no-no. You just don't do it. Very quickly, Tommy's back at the table. In fact, the situation's been improved very much for Tommy, so Tommy will just feast on this. And I'm going to say it now, he's got another chance here of getting a pretty decent run. Now that pink ball will stay over the pocket because that's an emergency bailout colour if he gets in trouble, and also provided he can see it, of course. Well, straight red is it? Let's have a look. No, it's got a slight angle. There's nothing to stop him taking that red there. See, that one there, he was always going to bump the red, but if you took that one there, he would have been on the black, no problem. Because again, you just roll that red in dead weight, the cue ball would have been there for the black. So, the emergency pink goes. And now, he's going to have to drop one into the middle pocket here. And not drop it in with a great deal of force. But if he's got enough top on the cue ball, he should get through far enough. But you see, you don't need to catch these middle pocket knuckles, and they don't go in like that. But it's a healthy lead though for Tommyy. It's gone a bit too far, has it, for the black? Yeah, just too heavy. Now, that cue ball might catch the red there. It has done, and he's overcut the pink. So, Tommy's by far the stronger player here, even though he said he's crap. All you're really trying to do is score decent little contributions each visit, and if you do that, you're eventually going to pull away if the other guy can't get any response in, which is basically what's happening here. Now this cue ball needs to slow up. I think it's gone too far, has it? Oh no, he's fine. Well, Selby's still at the table. He's still at the table. He seems as if he's been there for ages, and he's only got 37 points. But the main problem for that is he's doing a fair bit of thinking here. Black ball's over the corner pocket, I think. Oh, wait a minute. Was that Mark Allen that was at the table? Oh, it was Mark Allen. It was Mark Allen that was on the black. And it was him that left it hanging over the pocket. I've been taking my eye off what's happening. So Mark Allen had a chance there, but he blew it straight away. So Selby's just trying to score enough points to win this first frame and take a 2-frame lead. And now there's only 43 points left in the table here. Tommy's home and dry with a 3-1 lead. So I hope you're all going to nip over to One Pocket Slim's Twitch channel. I don't know if he's posted any links in the lobby. No doubt he will. But even if you don't see a link in the lobby, you just go to Twitch and type One Pocket Slim into the search bar if you've not already subscribed to his channel, which you should do, because then it makes it a lot easier for finding him. And he'll be up and running fairly soon. And this match may well be over fairly soon as well. Tommyy with all the colours on their spots. Well, this would be an achievement for Tommyy if he can clear the table. Be a nice little finish. Now let's have a look at this brown. How would I play this? I would just stun it in slightly. I think I would I stun it in, or would I go to the cushion? See, going to the cushion you might not come good on this blue. That's better. He's managed to get over the other side, although he's the wrong side of the blue, but just a roll through. In fact, if you go, it's not quite on the rail, but there or thereabouts, you've got a reasonably easy pink, and he can go forward and just bump and back up for the black. And this is a good finish for Tommyy. Another 50 contribution. This will be 62, and that was well done. Nice to watch that. So he's really settled down, and he's 3-1 up and looking very good. But as long as Coldest Pillow keeps smacking the reds open, like Hussein Vafai, then he's always going to lose. Selby's home and dry in the first frame, 73 points to 1. There's only 43 in the table. He's conceded a frame, of course. Well, Mark Allen's got work to do. He's now 2 behind, trailing by 12 frames to 10. Selby still needs another 5. Allen needs another 7. Very thin edge off the red. Needs to miss the blue. And that's not bad. Now Tommy's safety will be off probably the red above the black, unless he's starting to get loopy here, and oh, he's going the other way. I thought he was going to take the pot on there for a second. But Coldest Pillow really wants to go this way. Thin off the red, in behind the pink and back down. Needs a wee bit of left on it, I think. Just a tad. Or maybe it was fine, because he got them actually thicker than I thought he would, but I think he's okay. I think he's left anything. So Tommy's safety is off that red there. That's the one I would have played, because the problem with playing that one is it's bumped to the pink. But he's got cover behind the brown. That was a wee bit fortunate, because he could have left his opponent a chance there. But the other problem now is the pink's dead. It's not going anywhere. So already the important colours are getting sort of tied up. The black's very difficult to get to. Yeah, that's the safety there off those 2 reds. And this is good. This might end up behind the green. It's a good line. That's excellent, because now the blue covers the path down the right side. So the target ball, let me get my lines working. Well, it wasn't at that pace. The target ball was there just to drop dead onto that red that's there. Because I don't think he would have left much. Let's have a look. Well, if he dropped dead onto that, he'd probably been unlucky if he'd left a shot on. If he just dropped it dead weight. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Tommy's off and running again. It's going to be a hard work though. He's really only got the blue and bulk colours to work with at the moment. Well, I'd be trying to get right up to the right hand corner of the table. Give me a choice of reds. He's played for the red above the black. Now, yeah, I get that impression as well. I'm getting that idea that he doesn't want to be hanging around here too long. Well, it might be worth taking a risk now to get a little stud into something, try and maybe improve the colours up there. Well, that's at least brought the pink into play. Now, how is he for a red though? He's fine. The pink will spot, so this is looking good. Just needs to go forward and bump that other red and just stop him for the pink. And he's got, what, 3, 4, 5, 6 reds or so to choose from here. So pink on its spot. Now, the pink doesn't go into the middle, that's what he's looking at, because he was looking at maybe just bumping through that red there. But this red's blocking the pink's path to that side pocket. So he's just going to have to stun up the table. And again, the little stuns and getting that line to the pockets, catching a lot of the players out. But again, that's just it's just table time that does that. Yeah, Tommy's settled in. And I reckon that if he spent a bit more time at the snooker table, he would become a lot more comfortable. Easy to see that happening if he was playing it on a more regular basis. Good evening to Hazard. Yeah, well, I've said it previously. I've watched all of the Crucible World Championships since day one when it went to Sheffield, and I've never seen anything like that. We thought that the performance against Ronnie O'Sullivan was amazing, but you know, trailing and winning all 7 frames in that session to win the match, that was amazing enough. But what he achieved in the semi-final that tops a lot. You know, 14-5 behind, most players would have just completely given up and wanted out of there. Oh, you won't spend more time playing snooker, Tommy. Well, you're an umpty because you're pretty decent at it compared to a lot of the players that are probably in the tournament. Because when the balls are there, you can you know, put little contributions together. That's how to win the frames in VP4. Take what you can get and end up for cover. Leave your opponent nothing. Well, I mean, it's still in the balance as to who Luca Brissell's going to play in the final. The one thing that you can guarantee that Luca Brissell's not going to change his way of playing. It's going to cost him frames, we know that. I think we've seen enough of him now to realise that is the way he likes to play the game. He enjoys playing it that way. He's very aggressive. He's amazing to watch because he just does silly things. And again, when he is in and he starts running hot, he can reel off frames. You know, frames can go by as quick as anything. But he's going to be if it's Selby he gets, I think he's going to have to be patient, because that's one thing Selby will test him on. But I think we can say that Brissell got a fair test against CJ Way when he was dominating the match. And I mentioned the other day as well, Luca Brissell was somebody I heard about years ago, and I saw him. I think I saw one of the first videos of him on YouTube. The videos will still be up there on YouTube, and he was just, you know, just a little kid. He had hair, back then, and he was making big breaks then. I think when he could barely see over the top of the table. Well, how many million of Chinese watching that match today would have been gutted to see their boy going down at the end? But, you know, we were warned years ago that the Chinese are coming. There's millions of them playing the game, and there'll be more and more of them coming through. That's one thing to guarantee. There'll be more and more of them coming through. There'll be a lot more now that they've seen how that young boy did. I just hope for his sake that that we see more of him. You know, that he's sort of made that breakthrough, and he maybe realises now that you know, he's got a game that can win him tournaments. So he's got to achieve that level of consistency found during this World Championships. If he can do that, he'll not. Well, he's certainly not going to be 80th in the world anymore, because he'll get a whole barrel load of ranking points with the money that he's won for being a semi-finalist. He must be getting about almost 100 grand for getting that far in the tournament, I would imagine. So he's achieved amazing things this past fortnight. Yep. That's around about the time I saw him on YouTube. There was a lot, you know, that's why it was getting posted on YouTube, because there were people saying, keep your eye on this boy, he's going to be good someday. And it certainly got him to where he is now. So Coldest Pillow has control of the table at the moment, back around for the pink. What's he on? Well, he'll be on what? He'll be in 31, so he's still trailing before. That needs to bounce. That'll do. No, he didn't get across far enough. Way short of the mark. No, he doesn't want to do anything daft here. That green may well cut. That may well cut. No, I thought he was maybe going to have a blast at that there. But then again, coming up with a half decent safety's a better idea. That was well done. And Tommyy may well put him back in again here. The green, I mean, it's a big target to hit that green. You shouldn't be missing it. Well, the one thing's for certain, I mean, Tommyy can pot the green, but he's not potting the brown. Haven't a clue. I think, watch the cue ball. I think that I'm convinced. I know there was a Mr. Sharkey in VP3. I'm assuming it's him, because Mr. Sharkey, I think, in VP3 was from the UK, as is this Mr. Sharkey, and I'm just thinking it's him that's came to VP4. But I have not a clue at what level he plays at. We might be in for a bit of a surprise. That's the good thing about it. So that match is just about, well, 16 minutes away. And this frame is in the balance here. And if Coldest Pillow can come up with, again, some decent safeties here. He can use that black ball. Oh, he's too heavy. Yeah, Sharky 9. He's German, but that's not Mr. Sharky, no. Sharky 9 won a VP3 World Championship. Napnicker will know because he's got that spreadsheet. I'm pretty certain Sharky 9. Did he not win the snooker one year? Well, that might be not too bad. Let's have a look. Oh no, that'll cut in. Yeah, that'll cut in. Well, Tommyy goes to 46. And this blue will seal the deal. And in goes, oh well, almost in goes the pink. So, well done to Tommyy. He goes through. Unlucky to Coldest pillow. He heads home. So that, remember, was a one-loss side match. Let's have a look at the bracket. There's not probably a lot to see other than Tommyy having moved through. So, 2 matches left in the bracket. The one tonight and the one tomorrow morning between Tony Sam and Little Wolf, provided both players show up. I'm hedging my bets to say that might not go ahead, but as the both of them have agreed a time, then we'll see what happens. I'll see the result when I get home. So the next match, in fact, Slim's posted a link. Let's have a look, see if he's live yet. No, he isn't. He's just about to go live at some point. So with that, I'm going to say thanks all for watching. Well done to Tommyy. Yeah, I'm right enough. See, Napnicker knows. I knew Sharky had won one of them. He won the Sharky 9, that is. He won the snooker one in 2008. Goodness me. See now that you think about it. This is 2023, for God's sake. But anyway, I'm heading south. I'm going to settle down, watch the snooker here, and I'll look in on Slim's stream and see if Semi-Pro can fire up. The question is will the match go ahead? Is Mr. Sharky in the building? Looking down the list there, I don't see him warming up. I don't see him in away mode, and I can't see him because of the chat. I don't see him in the lobby, so that's the other point. Mr. Sharky may or may not show up, so I don't know whether that'll happen. But until we meet again, folks, take care. Head over to Slim's stream, provided it goes ahead, and we'll see you all again soon. Good night.